Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing something new on my channel at least, which is a Shop My Stash. I'm going to show you what's been in my everyday makeup bag. This is the one. I assembled this one about a month ago because I wanted to try out the Shop My Stash system, and I feel like it's been working, but now I feel like it's time for a change. So that's what we're doing today. However, this bag started off with containing everything, including even an eyeshadow palette, my towel, my brushes. But as I added more products, there was less room. So there was sort of a second bag existing. And that's this one, which is pretty much full of lip products, which are all the products that I just pick out and then put in that bag after I'm done for the day, and then I pick out a new one and it just grows and grows. However, I've embraced the second bag. That's alright. Also, my brushes are now in a little separate bag. That's also okay. And then I have a little pile of some face palettes and eyeshadow palettes, which I'm not even sure I'm going to change up, but that's just always on my desk because those are the ones I use the most. So I don't really have a nice container or a nice organizing system. I have these 3 different compartments of my Shop My Stash, but I'm excited to show you what's been in my Shop My Stash over the last couple of weeks and how we can change it up a little bit. By the way, if you're wondering what's on my eyes or lips, this is Michaela part 1, this is Michaela part 2. Still in love with those, still use them all the time. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and now let's get into the video. So let's start with the core product here. This makeup bag, by the way, is from Primark. It's been holding up quite well, I must say. I've had it for a couple of years, and for €4 it's holding up better than I expected it to. So now, there are some things in this bag that I'm just going to keep in, but I'll show you everything quickly. It's pretty full, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will show you everything. So my main product that I always start with is this, and it looks a little bit disgusting. This is the Pink Honey. It's a specific one. I think it's the strawberry brow gel with the little spoolie. I keep it in here because it gets a little bit sticky, and as you can see, it gets a little bit gross. But I use this dry now because that's what seems to be holding my brows the best. So that's what's usually in my brows. And then I supplement it by using one of these 2 brow pens. So this one is in my Project Pan. This is the micro filling brow pen from Benefit. And this is the NYX Lift and Snatch. I like the color of this one better, but I like this thing and formula better. So I just interchange between the 2, whether I want a bit of a darker brow or a lighter brow. Because of that reason, I'm probably just going to keep both of these in. And then finally for brows, I have this little brow palette, which has some... I don't even think that's finally, but I also have this little brow palette. This is from Clarins. It's in my Project Pan as well, and that's why I keep it in the bag. But honestly, since I've been using the Pink Honey, I hardly ever think about using brow powders because they just don't mix that well. They mix better with the ABH Brow Freeze. But recently I've added a Brow Freeze-like product to my stash here, which is this Catrice Super Glue Brow Gel. And with this brow gel, I do like using those powders. So I'm maybe going to put both of these in, but this one is pretty big and I feel like I want to add something else. So I'm going to add the brow glue gel, the super glue from Catrice for sure, because I'm also still testing this one out. And then I'm going to put this one back. Then I have quite a lot of mascaras in here because I keep adding new colors. I always keep a black mascara in here. I used up the Catrice Lift Up Regular Hold, and now I've added the Catrice Super Hold. But I'm going to put that to the side. I do like this mascara a lot, but I'm also using this Essence one. This is the Lash Princess False Effect Mascara in the waterproof edition. And I'm trying to finish this one up. And also I've been wearing lashes a lot, so I don't feel like I need this super drama mascara every day. So I'm going to put the Essence in my bag again, and I'm going to put the Catrice back to where it came from. Then for a couple of colored mascaras, I have this one from YSL. This is the burgundy mascara that I really like to use. And I also have this brown mascara from Dior. And I'm only going to keep one. And I feel like in this season, it makes more sense for me to keep the burgundy mascara in. Also, I like that one a little bit more. And also, these products, I can still reach for them. I don't specifically only use this bag. It's just what I have on hand when I want to do a quick makeup look. So the Dior goes back for now. The same thing kind of happened with my eyeliners. I keep needing other colors, and then instead of putting them back in the shelf or in the box, wherever they belong, I put them in this bag because they're tiny anyway. But the stash just keeps growing and growing. So a lot of these will have to go back. There's also one eyebrow pencil. This is the one from Clarins. I really like using this one. I actually really like this in combination with a brow gel, so I'm not going to put it in. I'm going to put a different one in, but I hope I remember. Then I'll always need a black eyeliner. This is the one I've been trying to use up. It's from Atos. It's really old, but I'm slowly getting there. So this is a black pencil, eye pencil. Then I have a couple of colors. I'm going to put these two from LA Girl back. These are the blue and the lilac one. These are the pastel dream liners. They're actually my favorite. I'm wearing the purple one right now, but like I said, I can just reach for these whenever I need them. They don't need to be in this bag right now. Same for these two from Urban Decay. I really like these. These are the metallic liners in something green, mildew, and in Electric Empire. I really like these. Am I going to put this back? No, I can just pull them out whenever I need to. Then I have this gold one from Chanel, which I really like and I use a lot. But at the moment I'm not really into gold eyeshadow looks, so this can go back as well. And then I have a regular brown liner, which I'm going to put back as well because I have another one. I mean this one from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm almost done with this one as well. This is the Copper Charge dual-ended eyeliner with a matte deeper side and a copper sparkly side, or metallic I should say. And I really like using this for all kinds of things. So this is what I'm going to keep for now, which I'm going to finish that one up. Then I also had this turquoise one from Chanel in the shade 946, which I really like, but it's not necessary at the moment. And then I have this one from Chanel, which is the Romance 955, which is a beautiful reddish metallic color. And I feel like this will match really well with my burgundy mascara from YSL, so this one can stay. I have another little mascara here. This one is from Yves Rocher. It's the little blue one. Couple of uses and then I'm done with this one, so I will keep this one in as well. Because I also have a blue eyeliner which I really like to use. This one is newer. I bought it in Berlin. It's the Infallible Grip 24-hour matte liquid liner in the shade blue from L'Oréal Paris. And I really like this liner, and I think I'm going to combine it with that mascara, and then I can just use that as a full look. Which means that I'm going to put back the Urban Decay in the metallic blue, because that makes a nice trio together. A couple of eye essentials. I always need something of an eyeshadow base in my stash. At the moment I have these two in. This one from Bayou, which I'm going to put back because it's almost done and it's not available anymore. And then I have the icing from Glamlight, which I'm also going to put back because this is my only full coverage eyeshadow base. And I sometimes like to blank out my eyes. So I know it's boring, but I'm just going to put both of them back. And then I have my little eyelash glue. I only have one of these, so of course it's also going back. And then I have this NYX glitter primer. This I'm actually going to put back because I've been keeping it in this bag for about 2 years now and I hardly ever use it, so it can go somewhere else. Then I have this little glitter liner from Urban Decay, which I didn't even end up using, so it may go back as well. And then I have this liquid liner from Guerlain, which I'm going to keep in because everyone needs a black liquid liner, right? I need that to be available at all times. I also keep a couple of tools in here. This lash curler, which I'm trying to get into, but I always forget that I have it. So I kind of feel like it's taking up space that it doesn't need to. So until I have a grip on using that, it's going back. But I am going to keep this little pencil sharpener because that's really handy. I also have a lip liner. I think I only have one in here because I hardly use those, but that has actually changed. I've been using the Michaela lip liners a lot. But I have one from Soph X Makeup Revolution in here right now. This one. I guess I like it, but it's not a color I would use often. A little spoiler for later, but I have to compare them right now. This is the one from the Michaela collab, and it's a little bit lighter. It's what I'm wearing right now. And I don't think I need to keep both of them, and I'm really into this one right now. So the Soph one can go back. I haven't really used it, but it's a good liner. I also have this little single holographic eyeshadow, which is not really that good. I'm thinking about decluttering it. It's from Hema. It's about 10 years old. I thought it had a pretty cool shift, but now that I have my lethal multi-chromes, it really doesn't. It's very powdery. I mean, the color is pretty, but it's not my favorite formula. So this one can go back as well. For concealers, I actually used to keep quite a bit of them in here, but then I finished up one or two and I put one back. So now I have 3 left. I have this one from Benefit, which is not in my project pan, but which I am sort of unofficially trying to pan. I have this one from Chanel, which I am trying to pan. And then I have this one from NYX, which is a really nice concealer, but it's really full and I don't feel like it's going to go quickly. And I've been using it a lot. So I think I'm just going to keep these two in. I have a lighter coverage and a more fuller coverage. Then the NYX can go back. I'm also putting this back. It's this little Gucci gel. And I don't think I've used this yet because, like people keep saying, who uses a clear gel on their cheeks? It's really more for photos and such. So I'm just going to put that back in the special stash. I have a couple of liquid cheek products. These are both fairly new in my collection. This one is from The Simpsons X Makeup Revolution. I really like this one. I often forget it because it's small, and the same counts for this highlighter. Although I do love this cream bronzer a lot more. It's a little bit deep, but it does have a beautiful reddish undertone, which really suits my skin tone for some reason. And this highlighter also has a nice tone and it does work properly, but it's not that blingy. So I'm going to put this one back. I do have another liquid highlighter, which I'm going to keep. But I'm going to keep the Simpsons one in. I also keep these little rhinestones in here. They're tiny. I have them in yellow, purple and blue. I do looks with them from time to time. They don't hurt anyone, they can stay. Then I see I have quite a lot of lip products in here. Let's go through them quickly. I have 2 glosses from ABH. This one and this one. These are both from a holiday set a couple of years ago. I don't feel like I need to keep both of them in. So even though this one is more empty, I'm going to put this one back. But keep the creamy nice one in because I feel like it'll go nicely with a nude lip. I'm also putting back this Shiseido one. I mainly put this in during summer. And it does actually have a bit of a blue tint, which I don't really need right now. If I want it, I can just pull it out. Doesn't need to be in my everyday bag anymore. I recently put in this Chanel liquid lipstick in a metallic red shade, 208. And I haven't really used this one yet, so it's going in my maybe pile. Then I have another liquid lipstick from Huda. This is from their little brown collection. And I am going to put one back. I have this brown lipstick from Huda in the cream collection, which is also in my project pan, I think. And I'm trying to finish that one up. It just didn't feel as appropriate during the summer, but now that it's fall, I feel like I can use this one more, so it may stay. I have this metallic lipstick from MAC, which honestly isn't my favorite anymore, so it can go back. It's in A Wink of Pink. It's a frost lipstick, which I like, but I'm more into my satin lipsticks at the moment. So for now it can go back. Then I have this beautiful gloss vinyl, I'm not sure what they're called, Rouge à Lac, I think they're called, in the shade 65 from Chanel, which is a beautiful lipstick, but I want to put another Chanel lipstick with a similar color in. But I've used this one a lot. And the same is true for my Guerlain lipstick. This one I also put in because of the beautiful packaging, but I've used it a lot. This is in 677. It's a sheer lipstick in this beautiful tartan packaging. I'm sure I'll still use this one. So it can go back for now. This is taking longer than I expected. I'm sorry if it's boring. I always keep a pair of lashes in here, but as you can see, those lashes always seem to disappear on me. So I'm going to put the empty packaging back. I just always keep my lashes laying everywhere and I just pick a pair whenever I'm going to do my makeup. So I have a couple of foundations in here. I have the skin tint from Essence, the Hydro Hero. I really like combining this with my Charlotte Tilbury liquid illuminator. But I've been doing that a lot, so I'm going to put both of them back. I didn't think I would do that, but I will. And then I've been using this one from Wet n Wild a lot. This is what I'm wearing right now. It's in the dewy finish. And I really like this also because of the color. But like I said, I've been using it a lot and I feel like I'll reach for it anyway. So I'm going to put it in a maybe pile, but I'm probably going to put in another one. What I am going to keep in is this L'Essentiel foundation from Guerlain. This is the High Perfection one, and I've recently discovered that I really like this. I didn't think I was that into matte finishes anymore, but I really do still like this. It's not as matte as I remember. So especially in combination with a nice liquid illuminator, this is really nice. So I'm going to keep this one in. I had a primer in here, which I honestly haven't really used because I don't use primers that often anymore. This is the Catching Clouds primer from Essence, and I'm going to put it back. Then apparently I had two cream bronzers in here. Well, one is a contour and one is a bronzer. This is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, which is not my favorite, so I'm going to put it back. But this one from Fenty, I feel like this one deserves another chance. I've recently been picking this one up again and I really like it. I have hit pan in it. So I feel like I can make a little bit more progress in that one. I have a liquid blush or cream blush from NYX, the Sweet Cheeks. I really like this. I use it a lot. It's a nice color, especially for fall. But I feel like I can change it up and give something else the floor for a little bit. Then the liquid highlighter I was talking about that I'm going to keep in is this one from Guerlain. This is a beautiful, I'm not sure if you can see it, beautiful peachy highlighter. And I honestly haven't used it a lot, so I'm going to keep this one in. I am going to exchange my powder. I put the Too Faced one in to see if I still like it. And I do, I really do like it. But I like a pressed powder a little bit better. And I feel like I can always reach for this one because it's right on the shelf next to where I do my makeup. So even though I liked using it, I'm going to put another powder in. I had two powder bronzers in here. The one from Dior, which has a huge pan in it. And this newer one from B Cosmetics, which I really like, but it's a little bit deep for me, especially now that we're going into the fall and I don't want that bright of a bronzer anymore. And also I really like my new Chanel one. So I'm going to put both of these back. I had 4 highlighting products in here. I think I overcompensated. At first when I made this basket, I didn't put any highlighters in and I felt a little bit empty without them, so I kept adding them. I have this 4 palette from Dior, which is going back because I use it way too much. I have this single one from Dior in this beautiful pearly blue shade, which I really like, but it's also going back. I have this newer one from NYX, which contains a green and a purple highlighter, which I'm going to keep in because I really like it. And then I have this Project Pan one. This is from Becca in Prismatic Amethyst. I'm also going to keep this one in, even though it's not my absolute favorite, just to see if I can make some more progress for my Project Pan. Then we have 2 blushes. I had the Dior one, the famous one in pink. And this one from Shiseido, which is also pink. So I feel like that's a little bit redundant, right? And I use this one way too much. So I'm going to keep this one in just until my next Project Pan update, I think. And I'm going to put this one back. And then finally I had this little Too Faced palette. This is the Sugar Plum Fun palette. This is from holiday 2019, I think. I really like this little palette, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep this in. I'm going to see if I can keep this in. Then, as I mentioned in my other little bag, I had the two Michaela collab lip sets. These are the ones in this more pinky version and this more nude version. I'm not going to show everything today because it's turning out to be a longer video, but I want to keep all of these in, and I'm going to see if I can go back to my one bag system. So the bag is now empty, but I'm going to put all of this from Michaela in. I'm putting back all the bronzer, foundation, blush, etc. So now I have this half empty bag. So now let's fill it up with a couple of nice goodies. I didn't go into depth with what everything was in this bag because I didn't really pick it out. I didn't intentionally pick any of this out, and I don't think any of this is going to make it into my new bag anyway. I am going to put back the Too Faced palette, but I'm going to add another palette. I figured I could add another small palette. I'm going to add this one from Dior. This is in Black Bow, which is a nice cool toned palette, which will be nice because I am going to put back my Chanel liquid lipstick in a metallic red finish and see if I can combine these two together. So I put those back in. Then I really need a blush, I think, and it needs to be a bit of a different color than the one I had in previously. I spotted a couple of options immediately. I have this lip and cheek balm from Kruidvat in this beautiful red shade, or I have this bright red from Kiko. I'm going to go with the Kruidvat, which will be my different color blush. And then I'll also need a nice powder. And I did say I wanted a pressed powder, so I'm going to put my Gucci in. This one doesn't get enough love from me anyway, so this will be a good addition. Then, since I am focusing a lot on Project Pan items, I'm also going to put in this cream bronzer from Chanel, which I don't really have a powder bronzer at the moment. Well, I actually always use powder bronzers from my... Oh no, wait, that's not true. Haha. I did want to add my Chanel bronzer. This one. I feel like this is a truly appropriate bronzer for any occasion because you can make it very light or you can build it up. So the bronzer category is going to be very Chanel heavy, but that's okay. Then for my liquid illuminator, I'm also going with Chanel because this one is something I'm trying to figure out a little bit more. This is the Le Beige Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid in the shade Pearly Glow, which is, I'm trying to see if this can do the same thing as my Charlotte Tilbury one did. Let's see, what else do we need? Oh yes, we need a brow pencil. I'm going to put in this one from ABH. This is the Brow Wiz. I'm almost done with this one. It's in taupe. It's a fine brow pencil. I like the other one better, but I can go back to that one once this one is finished. So this one can go in. I'm going to put back my pencil sharpener. Then I have a couple of other complexion products. I'm going to put in the Clean ID Hydro Hero Skin Tint from Catrice, and then the tinted moisturizer from Laura Mercier. These are not my favorites, but I'm just trying to switch it up a little bit. And then I'm also adding this blush in this beautiful burnt orange type of color from Shiseido, which is also in my Project Pan. So that means I didn't add any primers apart from the liquid illuminator, but that's fine. I still have a little bit of room left in this side of my bag, so I feel like I should add in another lip product. I'm going to add in this one from Chanel. This is the lipstick from the holiday collection a couple of years ago, 107. Ooh, and I'm going to put this one in for fun. I'm going to put in this Gucci lipstick in Olga Green, just to see if I can get some use out of it. And then, ooh, this is also a good one. So I'm putting in two more lipsticks. I'm putting in the YSL Tint and Balm in the shade number 5. And I'm putting in this awesome lilac lipstick from MAC. And that means that there's still a little bit of room in my bag, but I'm sure that'll fill up quite easily. So I'm not going to be tempted by all these nice products that are around me. I'm just going to keep it at this. So that wraps up my video. Oh, by the way, for palettes, I'm just going to keep the pile the same. So this is my Hourglass Ghost palette, my Charlotte Tilbury Pretty Blush Beauty palette, my Benefit Foroscope, and then my two Michaela eyeshadow palettes. I'm just going to keep that little pile on my desk. I don't really feel the need for switching that one up yet. So that's it for my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like, because that'll show me that I need to do this more often. And also consider subscribing if you like this video. And I will see you in the next one.